Alright folks, it's Nightmare once again, Twisted Nightmare Gaming, and I'm bringing to you something that I said I would bring to you guys a while back. Just been kind of busy lately. So yeah, I'm finally bringing you guys my my Dinowrestler deck. But I do have two versions of this deck. One's a 60 card version, which is the one that I'm actually bringing to you right now. And the other one's going to be somewhere, it's like 40, 45 cards, somewhere in that range. So a lot of what you see in here is probably going to be in that deck as well. But I will probably end up running one card in that one that I don't run in this one. And then adding one card into the extra deck, which you'll end up seeing the card later when I do the 40-45 card version. So let's get started. 3 copies of Dinowrestler Capaptera, 3 copies of Dinowrestler Capararaptor, 3 copies of Dinowrestler Pankratops, and 3 copies of Dinowrestler Stegosaur. Because that's all the Dinowrestler main deck monsters we have. I use a max amount of copies of each. But I actually do like the Dinowrestlers in this deck, because they do, allow you to do a lot of janky bullshit. It is very, very fun to do, especially to pull out their boss monster out of the extra deck. It's hilarious. But let's move on here. Let's go into the main Dino part of the deck. 3 baby Ceratosaurus, 1 giant Rex. Now that what do you call it? Gold Sark is now down to 1. There's no point in running more than 1. I was running 2 and 3 copies of Gold Sark, but now I just cut both down to 1. I may end up eventually cutting it out the deck altogether. 1 Miscellaneousaurus. Self-explanatory. He can only run 1. He's at 1. Why not run the 1? 2 copies of Overtex Quatless. Everybody knows the main reason why he's in this deck. He's the main thing that searches double F. So 1 Petite Pteranodon, 3 copies of Soul Eating Oviraptor, and 2 copies of Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. Which, him being the strongest main deck monster, of course he's the main deck boss. But that's not all for the monsters that we run in here. We ran a grand total of like 34 monsters as opposed to like 26 spells and traps. So now we go into the Kaiju package. 2 Dogoron, 2 Godarla, 2 Gameciel, 1 Kumongus, 1 Radion, 1 Thunder King. Because the Jizukiru's in another deck, I just didn't feel like pulling it out. He would probably be in here otherwise. But that is actually it for the monsters. Moving on to the spells. 2 copies of Book of Eclipse, which pairs well with Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. And for the search for Overtext 2 double F's. Foolish to probably pitch to get that Overtext in the grave. 1 goods. Triple fossil dig. Now here's the part that makes it funny. Of course I run the 3 supers, but I run 3 supers in 3 different languages. And I believe I got it in French, Italian, either French, Italian, and English, or French, German, and English. I forgot because it's been a while since I bought them. So, because it's at one gold sart. I would run 3, but 2 works perfectly fine for what we run this deck, what we do in this deck. So 2 copies of Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Regeki. Most people do run 3 copies of Lost World. I just happen to only want to run 2, so I made the conscious choice to literally stick with running 2 copies. I also run 2 copies of World Dinowrestling. And then, you know, I could use this for either one of the 2 copies of Terraforming because it's at 2. That's it for the spells. Run 6 traps. And it's simply because 2 of them are in the deck simply to legitimately make people go, huh? And that's 2 copies of not Pankratops, but Punch in the Box, or as my brother Nick calls it, kick in the dick, punch in the dick. We basically, if you have 2 monsters on the field and you have no way of negating this card, one of your monsters is going to the grave without being destroyed. It's being sent, and the other one is going to lose attack by that monster's original attack permanently. So yeah, you can have you a nice monster on the field, but I'm gonna make sure you go down to 1. Now obviously this card becomes dead if there's only 1 monster my opponent controls, but then, you know, as long as it's not a link monster, you know, we run triple Quaking Mirror Force. We know what Quaking's in here for. Quaking's in here to make sure if you decide not to build a big board of link monsters, all your shit's going face down. Permanently. And then the last card, 1 Solemn Judgment. That's it for the main deck. The extra deck is 15 cards, where the majority of them are link monsters. I kind of went that route with this deck, but I really tend not to summon a lot of link monsters from this extra deck. When I say that, I mean I don't normally go into my extra deck unless I really just want to bring out the Dinowrestler boss monster. So, Borload, Decode, the triple copies of the Dinowrestler boss monster, Dinowrestler King T Wrestle. My fault. Rexel. There we go. Nightmare Griffin, Ripidocus, Summon Sork, Soryuja, and Underclock. That's all the link monsters, and then everything else is Exceed. So, Double Doka, Double Lagia, and Cowboy. I had fun building this deck. I've been wanting to build it for a while. Like I said, when the rest of the Dinowrestler stuff comes out, a lot of the Lost World stuff, minus maybe I'd probably say 10 cards total come out of the deck, and we keep mainly Dogeron and Gamecill for the Kaijus. I can pretty much tell you that's going to be the main 4 Kaijus, so 2 Dogeron and 2 Gamecills, and I'll probably keep 1 or 2 one of the Slumbers. If I keep more Kaijus, then I'll do 2 copies of Slumber. But let me know what you guys think about the deck. Like I said, I've been wanting to build this for a while. I saw one YouTuber who went real old school, rocking the Gillosaurus in the deck, and I'm just like, I can't. I just can't go with the Gillosaurus. It's right now that would probably, to me, would hurt me more than help me with the way I built this one. But let me know what you guys think. This was Nightmare, Twisted Memory Gaming. I'll probably throw some updates coming up in the next couple of videos. Like I said on the Facebook page, life has been very hectic for myself and Twisted lately, so it's right now I'm dealing with the issue of uploading, so is he, because of his work schedule. Mine is more so the lack of Wi-Fi. I only really use my cell data now because the Wi-Fi at my house has been going in and out the last couple of weeks, and my Wi-Fi at work is non-existent. So, because my job is in the process of moving to a new building. But once we get everything squared away, we'll be able to go back to our regular, upload schedule. So, guys, stay tuned. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell for all notifications. And this is Nightmare, signing off.